I'm going to attempt to CSI this Lego collection to make sense. I've just been to Bunnings, spent about 50 bucks on containers. I can separate it all. I've looked up online how to fix that kind of dirty or sun damaged bricks. I'm going to try and rebuild my Lego collection. See how I go. This is starting to look a bit more organised. In here I've got all the lights and weird little arms and stuff. This is some newer space stuff. Those wheels are connected to it. I'm pretty sure the wheels had suspension, that was probably it. So there's a lot missing from the collection. Everything in there, everything that I've separated is kind of generic stuff. So it's literally a crime scene. I'm trying to figure out where all this stuff has gone and how do I get it back. This mission is, I can't tell if it's some sort of midlife crisis, some sort of super nerdy like stroke that I'm having, but it's kind of nostalgic or something, putting together Lego sets I grew up with and finding all the missing pieces and cataloging it and doing all that sort of stuff. I don't know, pretty weird, but I'm enjoying it. I'll show you what I've been doing. I might do a screen capture. Oh man, I don't. What is going on with you? What's this? What's this all about? This is the website here, bricklink.com. What you do is look at the code on your Lego piece. So I've chosen this wheel that I knew belonged to a Blacktron 2 space set from like the 90s or something. So you type in the code, you look inside, it says 2515. So type it in here, 2515. Hit enter, and I can already see it's come up. This is amazing. That's the one. I can see if I click on that, it says it appears in 23 different sets. So I can click on those sets and I can scroll through. We don't want white, we don't want grey. I had a black one. And I can look at these pictures and go, which one of these things did I have? And I remember it was this one, the Spectral Star Guider. So I click on this and then it comes up. I can see that this set came out in 1991. And then I can look at the parts that belong to that set. There are 196 parts, and I can cross-reference which parts I have. I need 7 black bricks 1x2. That's how they sort of measure these things. That's 2x2, 2x3. You start to sort of get used to the language on the site and how Lego identifies their different pieces. So I went right through and I identified all the bits that I had and the parts that I was missing. I can click on that, say I needed one of these bricks, and I can go add to my wanted list and then create a new list. You can see I've already done it here, and then add to wanted list. And then if I go into my wanted lists, you can order them from stores. So say what I did with the Spectral Star Glider, if I click on that, I can go buy all and then auto select, start as a little think, and it says there are 2 stores that I can get all of the pieces I need, and it's going to cost me about 30 bucks Australian. So create carts, not counting postage, create carts, and then buy. So I did that. Let's have a look. What happened? All right, here we are. So I've got the 2 packages have arrived that I ordered from Bricklink. One is from the Netherlands, the other's from Poland. I ordered it on the 18th of August, and now it's the 15th of September. So it almost took, 3 weeks to get here. One came earlier than the other. I think the one from the Netherlands came maybe a week earlier than the one from Poland. But I'm gonna open them up. I haven't opened them yet, and we're gonna have a look at the quality of the parts and see how it all turned out. Okay, so this is the set from the Netherlands. I don't know if it's me, but that white kind of looks a little bit old school, but that's probably to be expected because this is an old set. This is the one from Poland. Did I say Netherlands? That's Netherlands. This is Poland. Pretty packaged up, pretty neatly. Let's have a look here. I ordered 3 wheels. They're all very clean. which is awesome. These look pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bust out all the parts and we'll have a closer look. The stuff from, where is this? The Netherlands store. Not bad. Like some of the black parts are a little dirty. I guess these guys must pump out a lot of orders. This little cabinet thing's pretty yellowed and scuffed up a bit. That's a little bit off-white, I think. I'm pretty stoked with the radar, quality of the radar. That turned out really good. Most of these are not too bad. I mean, they've got the kind of scuffing you'd expect, I suppose, after a long period of time. This one's just got a few dirty bits, so I guess this dude doesn't really clean the parts. I don't know whether that's something people do. That's not bad. I mean, it's got some scuff marks. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Over here, I feel like his stuff's pretty clean. Most of these, the whites are fairly consistent, even though you can kind of tell that some of the parts are fairly old. All the little connective parts are, don't show any signs of massive wear. These minifigs are pretty cool. The faces are quite good. This guy's helmet's a bit grotty. Yeah, overall I feel like these are much cleaner. All the parts that I ordered arrived. So overall, I think I'm pretty happy with that. So next thing is I'm gonna clean those up and then build this beast, the Spectral Star Guider from 1991. So I've taken all of the most discolored white pieces that I have just as an experiment. I put them in warm water and I have this product here, Vanish Napisan Oxy Action, and I'm going to tip 2 sort of tablespoons. It's nighttime now, as you can see, but I'm going to put that outside and leave it there for a few hours and see what happens. Alright, had this out in the sun just a few hours because it's only sort of 8 in the morning now. So what I'm going to do, I can see they've lightened up a little bit, but I'm going to chuck in a couple of bits from the set, leave that for a little while. This time I've got the fluorescent visor as well. I'm going to just see what happens to them. I've got a backup visor in case I melt it or something. Actually, that probably just needs a bit of a clean. I might take the helmets out. We'll see what happens. Now they've got direct sunlight for a bit, especially this one. This was the worst. So it's hammering down with rain now. Hail. It's hailing. Jeez, this could be a little bit of a problem, but I'm going to continue the experiment and just leave it sitting out there. Hopefully the sun comes out. That's Melbourne weather. It's psycho. 1 minute it's sun shining and next minute it's hailing. This is literally like a couple of minutes later and it looks like the sun's coming out again. Melbourne weather is psycho. It's 3:11. I'd say it's turned out pretty good. I'm worried if I keep it in there too long it might go a bit brittle. So I'm going to take out all the white parts like that. 3:24, probably got a couple of extra hours of daylight. I've put these in, taking a risk with the one with the arrow on it. Hopefully I can get them a little bit, these last little stragglers a little bit wider. So the results are in. This is what I put out earlier today. It is now 6:22, I've just come home. One thing I can say is this one that I was trying to clean up before, I'm pretty happy with how this has actually turned out. It's still got one side that's a little bit yellow, but nothing like it was. These have turned out really good. A couple of these haven't changed. I think they're pretty much buggered, or I'd have to get the hydrogen peroxide, but I'm not that keen. This part's not that important. These have come up really good. I also put in one with the graphic and it absolutely whitened up nicely without affecting the actual image on there, which is cool. The minifig legs have come up brand new. They look really good. So that was just the dregs of the other bunch of stuff that I cleaned. So now I'm gonna whack it in some hot water and clean it with a toothbrush and then dry them out and then assemble the piece, the final stage. I just washed these in Napisan, gave these a bit of a clean. I've got that going on heat. I've got this stuff soaking overnight. It's 7:45. I'm gonna soak that piece. I can't remember what it's called. I'm gonna give it another soak. Try and get it as white on both sides. I'll check them in the morning. It's 8:16. I let these soak overnight, and it's probably had about 2 hours of sunlight because the sun rises at 6. So probably not the highest concentration of UV. But if we go back to this old chestnut, it's almost hard to tell which side was the more yellow side. I think I'm gonna leave this one in the sunlight a bit longer. All these pieces I'm gonna take out. I don't think they're gonna get much whiter than that. They look pretty awesome. The minifigs have come up really nice. These little bits, very happy with how they've turned out. I don't really think you can get much whiter than this. It's becoming a bit of an addiction if I leave it in just a bit longer. Could get it whiter, even whiter. So I'm gonna have to let go and just accept this is pretty white, and you know, I don't think it's gonna improve much more, except for that guy. I'm gonna leave him in there. Because I lost so many pieces, it's fair to say I also lost the instructions, and I found this great site, letsbuilditagain.com. So I just type in spectral star guider, hit enter, and here we go. The set comes up, view Lego instructions for the spectral star guider, and perfect. So I'm gonna follow those with my new pieces and see how it turns out. And now, the finished article. Everything turned out awesome. So this is, I probably had hardly any of the pieces left. I just had some of them, the rest got lost in wherever, sucked up by the vacuum cleaner. Everything worked out really well except one tiny detail where I have that clear brick. I need to get a 2x1 white brick with a little, whatever you call it, Technic thing to connect to that hole so that it locks in place. That's the only thing, and that I would say was my error. One thing I would say is make sure that you cross-reference your instructions with your inventory list and what you've got, what pieces you've still got, and you can avoid little things like that. But one little piece, I'll be able to get that off Bricklink or even on some of the Facebook groups. That's it. Stoked. Something I used to do that would even irritate me now is if I had, while building something and I had a piece that was too long, I'd just cut it. That's not a good idea because it wrecks the Lego and you know, looks shit. So moral of the story is there are no shortcuts